So let's go to the first question about how do we figure out what is the proper size for you when you order a corset. So what you need to do is get a tape measure. One of these, don't rely on the size of your jeans or anything. So what we want to do is we want to take, want to look for the waist. So she's going to turn right and left, and where the crease is on your waist is where that waistline, and that's the part you're going to measure. So I'm going to take this around, and I'm going to measure that, right? So here, I have a 26. Okay, so normally we say 4 to 6, but it really depends upon your size. So the smaller you are, you're only going to take 2 to 4 inches, while if you're medium size, you will take 4 to 6, and if you're larger, you might take 6 to 8, or even extra large, 8 to 10. So she is in the small size, so we're only going to take 2 to 4 inches off of her. So she would be a 22 or a 24. So here, if we have somebody larger, we're going to do the same thing. And right and left, and I find her creases right there. So there, I'm going to measure this. And then we have a 46. So that's going to fall in that 6 to 8 inches. So if I take 6 inches or 8 inches, it would be a 38 or a 36. Okay. All right. So it's like, so you get two numbers. You know, it's like 8 to 10, right? So then how do you know when you should take 8 off versus 10 off? So it depends if you have, if you're experienced, then you can go tighter. So then you would go with the larger number. If it's your very first time, you're wearing a corset, go with the larger number, right? If you are very solid and muscular, then you'll go to the larger size. But if you have more plump, compressible skin, then you will go to the smaller size. If you like to be comfortable, you go to the larger size. If you want that extreme hourglass shape, you go to the smaller size. So, you know, it just depends upon where you fit within that realm. So that's, you don't have to measure your breasts, or your hips. You only have to measure the waist. That's sort of how our corsets are done. Okay? It's because we get a lot of people who just look at a size and they go, I'm a 38 double D, so I'm just going to order a 38 corset. But that would be wrong, because she's probably got a 32 waist, which means she should wear a size 28, so she'd be 10 inches off, So it's super important that each of the corsets have their own little sizing chart. So just follow that sizing chart and measure it, okay? So the next question was,